5 rappers who attack you their OPPs. Rapsters occasionally assault their operations, and we'd like to begin with the Baby. Number 5. The Baby versus Cam Coldhart. Because in 2019, the Baby got into an altercation with Cam Coldhart at the mall. The infant was browsing aimlessly in the Louis Vuitton boutique when he was confronted by the underground rapper Cam Coldhart, who was pursuing clouds. He attempted to prod the infant while recording him, but you shouldn't do what you're taking yourself for. Although the infant attempted to ignore him, Cam refused to calm down. Eventually, the infant retrieved his phone and began recording Cam, while describing him as terrifying and deranged. He acted in a police-like manner. Shortly after the two of them exchanged glances, Cam attempted to strike the infant but narrowly missed. The infant then proceeded to place their hands on Cam, and while it was not visible to us, it was clear that the infant had prevailed. Shortly after dropping them, he captured a video of Cam on the ground, and it was evident that he had been severely defeated. However, shortly after the altercation, Cam went live on Instagram and claimed that his security attacked him and not the infant. It appears that you require new security. You are aware that you could strike stronger. You observed. However, the infant's work was not yet complete. He returned to the LV store where the incident occurred and inquired with the security personnel whether he had been leaped to transport an additional black man. How many individuals are there in Louis Vuitton that pounced on me? What number of individuals attacked me? Surely there is a larger and a lesser one. We are, in fact, Louis Vuitton. What prompted security to lie? Everyone. 2 individuals leap onto the cohort. Number 4. Kanye West's incident. Nearly 2022, Kanye was going through it, as he allegedly threw hands with someone in downtown Los Angeles, shortly after discovering that his ex-wife was dating Pete Davidson, and someone requested his signature. Supposedly, the assault transpired outside the Soho warehouse at approximately 3 a.m. TMZ. Released footage depicts Kanye West yelling at his staff as a man lies motionless on the ground. People with knowledge of the situation claim that Kanye West went downtown in a foul mood following a late-night studio session. The video immediately captures Kanye yelling at 2 women who claim to have been attempting to calm him down upon his arrival. "I am protecting us, man. Yours is my family." The videographer was perplexed as to why Kanye had abruptly abandoned the individual. Why did he do that just now? What is the matter with him? Kanye reportedly urged a small group of individuals not to take photographs because they did not know what he was experiencing, according to eyewitness accounts. Someone responded that it was normal and that everyone experiences family matters. However, Kanye subsequently presented the individual with a 2-piece. Following the occurrence, Kanye West appeared on Hollywood Unlocked and provided his perspective on the matter. In conclusion, about the paparazzi, I had my reservations. Last night, at precisely 3 a.m. in front of the warehouse, there was a particular individual who exhibited a genuine attitude and asked, "What are you going to do?" The one and only. To clarify, that blue coat disguise did not affect that knockout, if you catch my drift. And Kanye probably did not make the most judicious decision when he acknowledged doing that. Number 3. YoungBoy's altercations. However, some of YoungBoy's admirers are also experiencing it as a result of what he did to them. Because YoungBoy celebrated his 18th birthday at the venue in 2017. Uncertain as to the precise nature of the incident, an online video emerged depicting YoungBoy assaulting a member of the club. YoungBoy could be heard in the background pleading with the DJ to calm down as he charged the individual. The video abruptly terminates before the conclusion can be observed. In 2018, YoungBoy encountered an additional predicament while touring South Carolina. A concert video captured the band performing "War With Us" while surrounded by admirers. Amid the performance, YoungBoy is touched by an audience member who, according to numerous accounts, was one of his operations. Number 2. King Von's clashes. However, let's now discuss the instances in which King Von was required to touch his ops. King Von and K.I., a member of the Chicago gang, were embroiled in a serious dispute in 2012 and intended to inflict harm on one another. The day would eventually arrive on September 25, 2012, when K.I. boarded the train to his destination and encountered King Von, one of her primary operations, en route. By the time they reconnected, everything had come to pass. Von repeatedly struck K.I. in the face and caused her great harm. And a few hours later, when Von returned home, he detailed the events that transpired on Twitter. Because he tweeted, I've gotten whooped on the train lacking. Please consider the following. My ear, arm, and face all sustained bruises. Kai wrote in a tweet to acknowledge the incident. Kai responded to the tweet with the following. I received a facial bruise, but I'm not tripping. That .40 caliber pierced the visage of that ops. However, that was not the only instance in which King Von and one of his ops engaged in a physical altercation. Because King Von once engaged FBG Wooski in combat in the presence of O-Block. Because Wooski was traversing King Drive while O-Block members were positioned outside. Due to the proximity of the police, individuals were averse to discharging firearms for fear of immediate apprehension. As a consequence, Von and Wooski approached one another and initiated a hand-throwing exchange. As additional O-Block members began to intervene, the police were ultimately compelled to intervene and disperse the situation. Vine also provided a brief commentary on the matter via Instagram Live, wherein a prankster referred Wooski. Express your affection for Wooski. You no longer even know anything. I was unable to elaborate. One day, I humiliated him and informed her that they did not recall anything. I received a blow. This was the situation. However, Wooski contradicted this claim during an interview with Cam Capone News, because he asserts he spat on King Von. When queried about the incident, he responded, I was interested in hearing your account of the altercation that transpired in front of O-Block. I might have been standing there myself. Nonetheless, after this interview was canceled after numerous O-Block members claimed that Wooski capped Von and did not defeat him. Shoebox Baby stated, on my team, that day they were touched that severely. Number 1. XXXTentacion's confrontations. However, now is the time to discuss XXXTentacion, whose existence was filled with ups and downs before his death. An instance that stands out is on July 16, 2017, when he struck a spectator in the face during one of his performances. As X performed in Salt Lake City as part of his Vengeance tour, an unruly situation ensued. He entered the crowd to make an acquaintance with a few of the spectators, but instructed everyone not to approach him before exiting the stage. Upon entering the throng, X was grabbed by the chest by a fan, at which point he exited. He struck the individual directly in the face. X returned to the stage following the assault and apologized to the individual. Additionally, he extended an invitation to join him on stage for the remainder of the performance. The subsequent situation, however, was 10 times more dire. In 2017, X was embroiled in a physical altercation with Drake and a handful of other rappers. Additionally, X was already super popular at the time, particularly due to his single Look at Me. However, Drake was on tour in February 2017 and debuted a new tune in Amsterdam. He subsequently included the track as KMT on his More Life album. Numerous admirers noted that Drake's cadence on the track resembled that of X-Men's flow on Look at Me. As a result, X supporters began to accuse Drake of copying his sound. A few weeks later, Drake addressed the controversy in an interview where he disputed stealing the rapper's flow, but acknowledged that the opening lines are comparable. Drake's explanation did not convince X, so he went on Instagram to disparage him. Bro, Drake's career is nearly over, he further stated via Twitter. Real estate is where he should begin investing his money because once everything is said and done, he will truly see the fake affection. He also critiqued Drake in several additional tweets. During a radio interview, Drake did not publicly address X's insults. However, his friend Offset did. At that point, things began to deteriorate. Offset went live and recorded himself dissing Drake while listening to an interview with X. Then, Offset remarked, "You foolish." Shortly thereafter, Offset also confronted X and several other rappers while adorned with inverted crosses. He went live on Instagram and confirmed, "Yes, I did an inverted cross. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos."